Hello, dear audience. This is Yonsei University. My name is Jooyoung Kwak. I'm honored to have you as my audience. Today, I am going to talk about the role of universities in achievement of Sustainable Development Goal partnership, particularly focusing on the experience of Yonsei University, Republic of Korea. I am also representing the Institute of Global Engagement of Empowerment, a special organization dedicated to SDG activity at Yonsei University. So overall, this is perhaps the summary of what I'm going to talk about today. What can universities do for the SDG achievement, so Sustainable Development Goal achievement? So perhaps this is a unique contribution that a university can do. So at Yonsei University is a hub institute that plans, connects, and executes SDG-related activities. And this the organization, both at Yonsei University and IGE Institute of Global Empowerment and Engagement and Empowerment, is very unique. Let me tell you later. And perhaps what we have achieved is based on the school culture. We have a unique school culture. Let me introduce later. And then we also have the help of Severance Hospital and Yonsei University for Global Health. In Korean name, it's Jooyoung, and they provide excellent resources. So there's an initiative and the culture plus resources, the trinity leads us to achievement of SDG activities so far. Okay, so let me talk more about the Institute of Global Engagement and Empowerment, so IGEE in short name. We have a strong mission statement that is setting social engagement as a main responsibility for a university, solving global community problems, and contributing to achievement of Sustainable Development Goals, aka SDGs. So we are targeting the global community. Sometimes we are playing local, but our mission statement is to contribute to the global community and solving the global community problems. So we design any SDG-related activities in 3 pillars. That is, to utilize intellectual, human, and physical resources available for problem solving and SDGs. The second pillar, as an academic institution, to educate and to nurture global citizens who possess global community spirit and contribute to sustainable development. And two, pursue SDG-related academic research and to spread such knowledge for the future. So to do something and to educate, nurture, and to spread and promote the SDG goals and the legitimacy of doing SDG activities. So if we make us a graphic image for what constitutes our activities for SDG, says to socially engaged for a better world. Say we target global community, and the common theme is sustainable development, and we do education service. At the same time, we do cooperation, and collaboration over any SDG projects, and of course, we do academic research. So the IGEE is founded, we have backgrounds. So since the ending of Millennium Development Goal, the Sustainable Development Goal has been pursued for the poverty reduction, global and the global community protection, and human prosperity. At the same time, establishment of a central platform has been increasingly necessary for collaborative engagement over the SDG research and projects between the field and the academia. Under the umbrella of Yonsei University, we have lots of institutions and schools, and we need a platform to organize or orchestrate all these SDG-related university activities. That's us. And of course, we have the Christianity spirit and culture that exists based on the missionary activities and the education. So here, Yonsei University is a mission school. It is so that all community members share the Christianity spirit, so that this is kind of the blessing, because we don't have to persuade why SDG is so important, why you have to make an action, so that even in addition to SDG, university-wide, we have lots of the community voluntary class. Perhaps it's 1 credit. And since the first year of my assistant professor days, I have guided, I led the 1 credit course, the community volunteer. So you can do, or if you don't have time, that's purely optional. But it's, yeah, I always feel good. So it's the Christianity spirit, so that we have the common consensus. Consensus building is already established. Finally, the more active roles are called for universities for solving social, economic, and environmental problems, because universities has the knowledge and the researchers. University used to be the, say, ivory tower, but right now, particularly under the pandemic situation, the universities are expected to have more active roles for the society. So Yonsei University was established in 1985. We are we have the longest ages among the Korean universities. The establishment of Yonsei Institute of Global Health, Jooyoung. So the university started from the, say, health institute, the hospital, clinic. And then 1915, Yonsei College was established. And in 1957, so Yonsei College became merged with Jooyoung, Yonsei Institute for Global Health. So that's kind of organization mergers and acquisition, merger. So it's collaboration, the Yonsei College, which is exclusively focusing on the education and research, and the medical school, the institute, Yonsei Institute for Global Health, Jooyoung. So 2 organizations. So that's our basis for SDG. 2017, finally, the Institute of Global Engagement and Empowerment opened. Okay? And we invited Ban Ki-moon, who is the 8th United Nations Secretary General, for distinguished professor and emeritus president for the Yonsei University. So IGE motto is Global Social Engagement Platform for the Better World. So broadly, the IGE, this institute, particular institute, which is the main actor for the SDG activities at Yonsei University, has 4 broader scope of work, that is networking. Networking, the first arena is for information change and networking. So universities, lots of people, the professors and non-professors, researchers, students, right? And we have the hospital, so that we do the networking. Well, we are working hard, but as an individual, right? So that we do not really know who is doing what. And in fact, when we get networked, we get to see what we can do. The collaboration, small scale, middle scale, large scale, is enabled. So that's what we are gonna do. We do the networking. And then we also support for the joint projects and the R&D projects, joint non-R&D projects, say the acting projects or the R&D projects over SDG. At the same time, we are the university, so SDG education and research cannot be the missing part. It's very important part of our work. Finally, by doing all of these things, we ultimately aim to delivery of the social message to the global community. So IGEE is structured into three sub-centers. Okay? As I mentioned, we have the emeritus president, the Ban Ki-moon. Under his the leader advice, we have the President Professor Yonsei Kwak, and we have the Vice President Shin-gi An. Okay? And we have three centers. The first center is Ban Ki-moon Center for International Cooperation. So, because the Ban Ki-moon leadership is very important, we have a center. And the director is Professor In Han Song. Professor Song connects the IGE and Yonsei University with the Ban Ki-moon Foundation and the emeritus president, so that anything that we are doing with Ban Ki-moon leadership is initiated by Ban Ki-moon Center for International Cooperation. My name, here you see, Jooyoung Kwak. I am responsible for Center for Global Sustainability. Center for Global Sustainability is doing, say, the promotion or the networking or any project initiation and planning. So the University of Alberta calls the Yonsei University for explanation of the Korean university's SDG works. So that's why I am here. I'm very happy. Another, the important institution is Yonsei Institute for Global Health. As you see from the previous slide, Yonsei Institute of Global Health. From now on, I'm gonna say Jooyoung. It's the center's proper name, and it's the hospital. Okay? And as a hospital, it is doing the overseas development aid and the medical service for the developing countries. And Shin-gi An is in charge of the project, and also Professor An is the vice president. So that you see how important the Jooyoung is for IGE. But we are three, one for all for one. So that's how we are operate. Let me be more specific. So the Ban Ki-moon Center for International Cooperation, BCIC, has four important tasks: information networking. Information networking is realized in the form of preparing for the SDG report, and RMS is kind of Yonsei University's performance system. So that what we do is to be uploaded at RMS, and then YRI is also the Yonsei University research integration, research system, so that all faculties have report or what we are doing, I say, in terms of the academic work or the conference, whatever. And then because the system records our activities, we kind of have a matching. So that's how we configure how to collaborate and how to network. Second task is participation, so that we are promoting the young students into Global Youth Leaders program, which is our, this is voluntary or the SDG related works, and also SDG Global Networking. The Global Youth Leadership Program is particularly targeting the young generation. At the same time, for the generic, say, non-academic or non-students audience or participants, that's the SDG Global Networking. The third task is innovative messaging, and that every year we do Global Engagement and Empowerment Forum. Global Engagement and Empowerment, that's our center, our institute name. So GEEF, this year we are also holding the GEF in February 10 to 11th. That's one of the main tasks for PCIC. And also we do the public promotion. Education and research, particularly developing the curricular is an important part of the program. And also we have social engagement fund. It's the fund that's particularly dedicated to the university students for the SDG activities. My center has two main jobs. One is domestic research on sustainable development. So that we propose and we apply for any projects and all these administrative work and planning. Second task is networking for sustainable development initiative. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So it includes domestic research networking and international networking. education collaboration. At the same time, we welcome any joint initiative for sustainable development. Jooyoung has 4 great missions. One is medical missionary. As I mentioned, we are the Christian organization, so it's medical service in the context of missionary activities. That's one thing. At the same time, we invite the overseas medical business school, the faculty, and the doctors, and train them in Korea. At the same time, perhaps this is unique, but we prepare, the Jooyoung prepare for the reunification to North Korea. We have the special dedicated mission for North Korea because North Korea, as a least developing country, needs more assistance and aid for medical service. So public health capacity development, research and education for reunification is what we are preparing for. A third part, a big part, is official development aid. So the Jooyoung has been assigned with lots of the ODA, the governmental official development aid programs. So the Jooyoung provides the medical service. It's the aid service in Southeast Asia and other Africa, all these developing countries where which we need us. So ODA activity organization and implementation, as well as specialization and systematization is the main activities for official development aid. At the same time, the Severance Academy in general provides the systematic human resource development. So SDG, apart from IGE, what does Yonsei University do? Okay. Yonsei University-wide, we have lots of activities, SDG activities. Education, SDG education and orientation, and nurturing the future SDG leaders. Research, support for technical and specific SDG research. Collaboration, particularly Yonsei University Medical School and the Severance hospitals to organize SDG projects. So so far I have introduced the IGE, but Yonsei University, for example, I am the faculty member of School of Business. And apart from IGE, School of Business also has a social community contribution or the voluntary program. And it's, so far as I know, it's 1 credit, and we match the volunteered students with the local startup firms. Usually the local startup firms are small, but Yonsei University, the School of Business students have they are trained by the time the 4th year, 3rd year, they know because the School of Business provides very specialized business training. So we match students. These startup firms need people, and the students have the initiative. So that's perhaps a part of the university SDG activity. So mentioning the Yonsei University initiative, I cannot miss the Vision Yonsei 150. So 150, Yonsei University is older than 150 years old. Okay? That's our age. So that in celebrating the 150th birthday, Yonsei University, we manifested our vision, that is toward truth and freedom, okay, based on the Bible. And we have the leadership, nurturing innovative leaders with community spirit. So excellence, innovation, and engagement. What we do at Yonsei University, the priority of selection or the initiative decision is based on these 3 values. Excellence, if it's excellent, or if it's innovative, or it's engaging. So here, engagement. This is one of the 3 main pillars for the Yonsei Vision Yonsei 150. And let me introduce the main activities for the, say, SDG networking. the global networking platform for SDG. So that's the GIF, Global Engagement and Empowerment Forum on Sustainable Development. So here, okay, so usually we perhaps that's the main event. Okay? You see this, the top image is about the say GIF in general. We had a GIF started in 2018, and we had one in 2019. In 2000, due to COVID-19, we couldn't do, but last year we held, okay? And this year we are also opening the GIF again. So the GIF is a global event. In the first year, the Antonio Manuel de Oliveira Guterres, the UN Secretary General, came to celebrate the GIF opening kickoff of GIF at Jack Ma, the previous CEO of Alibaba, also came to celebrate. In 2019, Helen Clark, she flew from the New Zealand, and Sebastian Kurz also celebrate from the Austria. And last year we had we had a lot of global leaders who celebrate the forum, and Amina Mohamed, and from UN, and Ivan Duque Marquez from Colombia, Jim Kim, previous the president for the World Bank, and the Madame Angelina Jolie, United Nations High Commissioner for Refugee. And President Seo Seung-hwan is now doing the opening ceremony, and here the right top image is President Ban Ki-moon, our emeritus president, with our say the teddy bear, that's Yonsei University. Okay. And the scene and GIF 2019, okay. And these leaders are discussing over the SDG and the social issue. At the same time, in addition to GIF, we have say the all-time series for the SDG talk to nurture global citizens. These are some special talks and some special courses. So here, right now, the ADB Managing Director General, the Dr. is visiting Yonsei University to give a special talk to the student. And President the Secretary General Ban Ki-moon is now having a conversation with the former International Security Ambassador Sung-ju Choi, and Ban's lecture for the students. And here, last year, due to the COVID-19, all courses became interactive through the online channel. And here, Professor In Han-song is now having the orientation session to the students. At the same time, we have IGE Talks. This is non-course activities. Talks, Special Social Engagement Fund, and the University Impact Ranking preparation. So special talks include, say, Jeffrey Sachs here. Professor Sachs is talking about sustainability and the future cities. And we have like more special talks. And then at the same time, the IGE is preparing for the ranking because, well, the ranking. We have the membership for the university ranking program, and the center is in charge of the say non-academic, this kind of social engagement activities. And Yonsei University so far has been ranked to be 47th at THE, Times Higher Education. And we have social engagement, that's a student program, student initiative program. And then last year, I also have reviewed lots of student proposals for the social engagement community works. So the center has lots of the partnership organization. One is located in Seoul, Ban Ki-moon Center for International Cooperation. That's IGE at Yonsei. At the same time, we have the Ban Ki-moon Foundation for a Better Future. That's different organization, but they are our the partnership, one of the main partnership organizations. The Ban Foundation, Ban Institute also has two global presence, one in Kazakhstan and the other in Vienna, Austria. It's not only they are our partnership organizations, but we have the other partner organizations, global partner organizations, such as the international organizations, including World Bank, Asian Development Bank, UN Population Funds, and UN Environmental Program, BTU. They are not everything, but just to select our select partnership organizations for us. At the same time, we have Seoul Research Institute and KOICA. KOICA is the abbreviation for Korean International Cooperation Agency. Okay, so the main organizations for development, official development aid. So these domestic institutes are also our main partners. At the same time, there are the University Global Network, including the University Social Responsibility Network and Social University Global Coalition. So at universities, we are collaborating, and we are also collaborating with the governmental institutes and governmental organizations, and we are also working with international organizations. We are here. We welcome any visit. We welcome any contact related to SDG. We would like to see you. Okay, nice to see you all. That's it. Thank you.